Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video we are going to be doing a full Sunday reset. So the very first thing I like to do is to completely strip my bedding and put that in the wash, because the amount of dead skin and dust that collects on your bed is honestly a bit gross, so you should be doing this at least once or twice a week. As you can see, I am starting with my bedroom because I just find it the easiest and quickest area of my flat to clean and tidy. So while my bedding is in the wash, I'm going to remove my rug off the floor because this collects so much dust and hair, and also because I don't want to get it dirty while I'm cleaning. And then I'm just going to clear my bedside table so that I can clean it properly. This bedside table gets so dusty and it's really annoying, but this Scrub Daddy damp duster is honestly a lifesaver. I really recommend it. I did see it on Clean Talk and decided to buy it from there. But anyway, wiped it all down. I also bought these furniture felt pads so that I could protect my floor a bit better. So I put them under my bedside table before moving it out of the way. And as you can see, I have neglected the space under my bedside table, so I did clean it properly. Then I put my bedside table back and all my cute things on top, and it looks really cute and tidy and perfect again. I would normally make sure my wardrobe looks all tidy, but I did some laundry yesterday, so my wardrobe's looking pretty perfect, so I didn't need to do anything. Moving on to my kitchen, it is looking quite outrageous, so I started by putting all my dishes away. I bought this drying rack from IKEA and it was literally £1, I swear, and it's so convenient because when I'm not using it I just put it under the sink and it fits perfectly because it's so compact and small. Here's a little tour of my drawers featuring Willow. But yeah, everything looks so nice and tidy, just how I like it. And then I move on to just clearing the countertop as much as I can so I can make space to properly clean. Before I wipe everything down, I like to clean my small appliances, so I clean the crumb tray of the toaster, and here I'm using vinegar with water to clean all the stainless steel bit, and as you can see it just makes the perfect shiny finish. And then I did the same for the top of the toaster, which was looking really crusty. I don't even know how. I rarely make toast. Actually no, that's a lie, I make toast a lot. But here's the gorgeous before and after. It looks amazing. And then I did the same for my blender, which again just gets a bit dirty. And then I wiped down my hob. I used the vinegar for the glass as well, and I wiped down the counter. And for the parts where I dry my dishes, I like to use fairy liquid just to really remove all the watermarks, and just in general I feel like it gets a bit dirtier than the rest of the counter. So I gave that a proper scrub, and I'm adding a lot of excess water because then I go in with my window vac to vacuum up all the water, and it's just way more convenient than using a towel or just a load of paper towels. But obviously don't do this if you don't have a window vac, otherwise it's going to be super messy. But then I can put everything back where it belongs and then move on to the sink. I like to do this last when everything else is perfect. So again, I'm just using fairy liquid, giving it a scrub, and for the brass I'm using the vinegar again, and it just gives it a perfect finish. And here is my kitchen all tidy, finally. Then I'm going to move to my dining living area, I guess, if you could even call it that because it's so small. But I moved my sofa out of the way, gave it a little vacuum and a mop because Willow loves to go under my sofa, so I always like to freshen it up when I can. Then I moved my sofa back where it belonged and gave it a little spray of Febreze. And now for my dining table, I cleared it. I've been working on there, so it just looks a bit chaotic. And then gave it all a good wipe down, put my chairs nice and tidy and my flowers back on my table, and of course gave the floor a mop as well. Next up is my bathroom. Honestly, I have no words. This looks outrageous. But anyways, I start by washing my towels because obviously I want them to dry in time for tonight. Then I cleared everything off my sink and gave it a really good scrub. Looking back at these clips, it does look like a bit of an obsessive clean, but I promise it was necessary. The camera doesn't pick up on it that well, but there were just like loads of these little watermarks, and obviously they dry up, which makes them a bit hard to clean. The plug for the sink always gets this ring of hard water stain, so to get rid of that I use Barkeeper's Friend. It honestly works wonders and it gets all the marks off. I also had a bit of build up under the lever of the tap, so I scrubbed that off as well. And finally for the tap, I again used my vinegar and water to bring it back to its nice sparkly spotless self. And now the sink actually looks presentable. Then I just move on to my shelves. These are quite easy to clean. I have a bit of colour coordination going on here, and I put these 3 wash bags just to hide the products that don't really go with the vibe. And it's just so convenient and it looks cute. In this dual one I just put all my hair oils because they're always in bright colours and it just would clash too much. And this is the final look. And then I changed my towels to my nice clean white ones. I could not be bothered to iron them, so no one call me out on that. And finally, for my favourite part of a Sunday reset, the self-care evening. So obviously I had a shower, I changed into some cute PJs, did my skincare, steamed my face, did a face mask. I had to sit and wait for 20 minutes for my face mask to be ready to take off. So I read my book. I'm currently reading The Laws of Human Nature. I've honestly been so busy the last 3 weeks, but I am going to set the target to read 1 chapter every night, because I used to be such a bookworm growing up and then I kind of just stopped reading because life happened. But now I'm slowly going back to it. I have a new routine, so I am getting back to reading slowly but surely, and I'm really enjoying this book. And then to really end my night perfectly, I ordered sushi. Can you believe I paid £6 for 2 rolls? Because I ordered through the Sticks and Sushi app and they gave me so many discounts. So yeah, that was just the most delicious dinner. And then it was finally time for me to go to sleep. I was exhausted, but look how cute and cozy my bedroom looks. My bedding is all washed and ironed, so it's just gonna be the perfect night's sleep.